guest in the house. So who do we start with? In fact, he should be the blessed because he's blessed amongst women.
What flattery.
Flattery? Aren't you blessed? Don't you feel blessed right now? Don't be too far. Come closer.
Oh,
so
really?
that maybe it will help him.
Okay.
No, the heat is on.
The heat is on. You're welcome once more, sir. You're welcome. And I want to start by asking you, where have you been for? I mean, I haven't seen you in a while.
I've been answering to requests by, well, those who had thought that I might be of use to them. I was involved with art exhibitions.
A lover of arts.
Yes. I built myself a gallery in Ikorodu called Willow Pavilion, and I was getting myself busy with developing art exhibitions. I spent about 5 years exhibiting the works of those called the Zarianists. I've been bringing both students and artists to Ikorodu every Saturday of Easter time to Ikorodu to exhibitions, and it's been great fun. It cost a great deal of money too, but the great and the scintillating effect of it being that on the Saturday before a particular Easter, I would ask loads and loads of students of art, art enthusiasts as well, and then one particular great artist per annum to come and mount an exhibition. And no one has done anything like that before. And you know, I've had about 5 artists showcasing their works, and it is all emblazoned all over the media, and some of these works might be offered for sale, some of them too, and only also be showed in terms of what what they've done, what they were willing to showcase up to about 6, even 10 years of production.
Okay, so now for you see, all the years I've known you for over a decade, and you've always been very consistent in your love for the arts. You've always been very consistent. When exactly did you really strike that relationship with the arts?
I think it started with writing. I did not know I was going to go through that lane. I was writing, you know, as an economist, I was writing commentary on economic activities, economic affairs of the nation. But on the side, I'd been writing short stories, plays, production drama, you know, and getting them published. And it was all asides, as it were. And then I got the bug to start putting art objects up in my home, on and on my office, and finally building a gallery.
Your imaginative mind is...
Thank you.
Would you say you still have it?
I haven't written a play in about 10 years. I'm ashamed of that. But, you know, those plays are still being read in institutional learning and being dramatized. And I still get, you know, requests from students and lovers of the theater that could they do a particular play or the other. Of course, my instinct is always, you know, for the love of me, you're free to do it. I don't charge anybody any fees. I just believe that once I've made the endeavor to give life to a particular play, then it should be available for the universe.
Great. Awesome. Awesome. We'll hold that thought for a moment as we go over to our beauty queen, so that she's not just warming
I'm actually enjoying it. I'm really enjoying everything you're saying.
Really?
Wow, yes.
So tell us,
I
what
love
have you,
information.
what has pricked you about
Well,
the conversation
the
so
fact
far?
that you've had people who have asked, can we at least bring life to this play by, you know, acting it out or something, and you've always obliged them. It's always been a yes, and that's beautiful. And if we harness this really well, it will help the tourism aspect of this great nation. True. Like, there's a lot there for people from the outside world and even within Nigeria to see. So it's beautiful, and I'm feeling really blessed. I think I'm the blessed one amongst both of you now.
Thank you.
Wow, Billy!
Yes.
I love your crown for starters.
Now I'm getting really angry. Do you know why? This
Why?
crown is beginning to get more attention than me. It happens all the time.
Why?
You know, like, I love that crown. I'm like, okay, I'm the one wearing it. I'm here, I'm here. Thank you so much.
Tell us about the journey. How did you get into it? I mean, usually most beauty queens we know are single and
Yes.
unmarried. You're married,
Very married.
3 kids,
I do.
and you veered into it. So
did.
give us a bit
Okay.
of how it all
Started how I got here.
How you got here.
Okay, this journey started May 2015, last year. I had just gotten to work and I was going to turn off the ignition of my car. And I heard something on the radio. I'm like, what was that? I thought I actually heard Miss, because I mean, that's what we're used to. But I listened hard and I actually realized, apart from the Miss I just heard, I actually also heard Mrs. But because I wasn't so sure, I just took the website address. I went, I looked up everything, and it was actually Mrs. And it was supposed to be the first in Nigeria. It was, you know, built to be the maiden edition of this pageant system. And so I went through, you know, the vision, the mission, everything you have about the pageant system, and I instantly connected. I say that because this pageant system represents charity, volunteerism, celebration of women, celebration of family, relationship building. I looked at all of those and I said, Evele, you're going to have to try this. But because I'm married, I had to run it by my husband. I did, and he okayed it. And I decided, okay, let's try it. Then I did on the national level, and I won the Mrs. Nigeria United Nations title. The pageant system took place at the Transcorp Hilton Abuja on the 16th of May, 2015, and I emerged Mrs. Nigeria. Now, I emerged...
Wow, great, congratulations.
Thank you. Having won that title, I thought that was all, but hey, it wasn't. I had to represent Nigeria, this beautiful country, on the international stage. And so my journey to Kingston, Jamaica took place in July 18th of July. I competed against a lot of beautiful women. As a matter of fact, before I competed, my colleagues at work, you know, around were like, this is not Mrs. Nigeria, this is Mrs. Like, you're competing against Mrs. USA, Mrs. Ukraine, Mrs. Europe, Mrs. Pakistan. I'm like, okay, Mrs. Mexico, Mrs. Jamaica, beautiful women. And of course, I had to remind myself, you too, you're beautiful. Why is everybody telling me, have you seen these women? Because, you know, we had their pictures everywhere online. And yeah, so eventually I did. And at the grand finale that took place in Kingston, Jamaica on July 18, I emerged Mrs. Tourism, United Nations. So there couldn't have been a tourism without the Nigeria title. So I have 2 crowns. This happens to be my international crown, but I have just 1 head. So there was no way of wearing the second crown.
I can help you wear it if you want.
Wow, it will sit so well. It will sit so well. So that's how I got here. And between that time and now, it's been a beautiful journey. It has.
Wow.
Yes.
So before now, was this something you ever thought of? Have you ever dreamt or
Okay.
aspired to be a beauty queen?
Beauty queen.
Because look at me, for instance. I don't think one friend or somebody would tell me to go and
Go and
contest.
try.
I wouldn't even. I mean, it's not just in my purview at all.
Okay. Growing up, maybe given to now, I'm thinking it's maybe due to what my frame was. Growing up, I was slim. I was,
Lanky, probably.
something like that.
I can only imagine.
So I got a lot of a lot of opportunities came by for either modeling or pageantry and what have you. But I would say, owing to my family background, my mom said, any girl into pageantry is, she attributed it to, you being a bit loose or morally, But that, I know better now. And I would say, okay, maybe she was a bit ignorant. But it was as a result of that I declined all the offers I got, because I got quite a lot. The closest I came to doing anything like this was 2005 NYSC camp. I served in Lagos State, and Nigerian Breweries organized the Miss NYSC event, and I won. So like, okay, you actually did.
In your own opinion, what do you think got you this crown? I mean, you were amongst, you said it yourself.
Yes.
The American pageant was there. I mean, pageants from different parts of the world were all there, and you were not intimidated. Yet you won the crown. What do you think was your selling point?
In all honesty, I would be lying to say that there was never that moment where I was like, oh, are you sure? Oh my God, this is, But first I'll say God, and my smile. To be quite honest, because what we kept hearing throughout all the rehearsals, they kept saying, smile, why you not smiling, smile. And I realized, okay, this is something I actually do effortlessly. So there wasn't so much pressure, like, okay, keep your tip ajar, keep it open, keep it open. So that came. And we had a lot of strenuous activities. And 40% of the entire scores was totally based on what you have upstairs. So everything we did on during the grand finale accounted for just 60% of the entire scores. 2 days to that, we already had an interview session where which accounted for 40%. We had 4 judges, so you would come in like a full interview, you wear your suit, come in and questions are thrown at you. So they asked from here, 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 and you know how interviews are. They look at everything, your composure, your confidence, everything. So I'm not sure what score they gave me there, but it probably was a bit up. So putting it up with what I got while on stage then, my humble crown and sash.
Intellectualism. That's
Thank
great.
you, sir.
You did represent our country.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so
my
let's go
goodness.
back to our big brother here. So we heard and we know that you're co-chairing with Wale Soyinka on a project to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Lagos.
That's true.
That's a big one.
I look forward to it. Well, it started actually. But I'm rather flattered. I did not think someone would impose this on me. Slightly so late in my, in my public life. Public life from which I think I did.
So late, you're just 72.
Well,
Huh?
well, some people have made it song and dance of that. That maybe I wouldn't have the energy to do it again. But the premise, and thank God for the governor of Lagos State, was that, Rasheed Gbadamosi was in the very first administration of Lagos State after it's been created. And he was in the very first government. And we just felt if anybody was going to have memory of what had transpired, we need to give him the honor.
What are the plans really? What are the activities that have been lined
I
up
shouldn't be giving things away because we are still to articulate all of them. But we do know, we have the pointers. Pointers are, it's going to be a great celebration. We'll be celebrating all these wonderful years. I have my thoughts clearly. When it comes to the arts, we'll be doing a lot in terms of celebrating those who among us have been able to invent, write, and you can't, a lot of Nigerian creative artists had used Lagos as their base.
You, from your own experience, what are those factors? What are those things that have actually changed about Lagos and made it a better Lagos for all to?
Thank God we're located on the coast. When those who brought, I don't say they brought civilization, who brought enlightenment to this part of the world first arrived. Well, they first went to Calabar, I must give the news. But the capital of the country was once in Calabar before it was transferred to Lagos. But it just happened, like the accident of history. They brought some wealth, some element of commerce, and all that. But it just happened. Some Lagosians have been a bit jealous that the latter decision to transfer the capital away from Lagos to Abuja had an element of jealousy. I don't share that view.
So, on the final note, Miss Tourism United Nations,
Okay.
what exactly is the objective? Now that you've won,
Yes.
what exactly have you set out to achieve as the reigning queen?
Okay. I've been doing this already I'm halfway through my journey as it is. And between May and July, when I won the national and international titles respectively, it's been purely charity and tourism. Now, tourism is actually going to take the center stage at the second half, but before this time, it's been a lot of humanitarian acts. I'll say it's divine to even be on set with Sir here, because everything you're saying as well, all I could think of was tourism, tourism, tourism. The world has to see this. The world has to know this. There are so many things that abound in this country, but they're just there. So we don't need them to be just there. So this is a Bella saying, together we can. We're a team. And my beautiful acronym, together everyone achieves more. We're a team.
Yeah,
See?
that's-
So
that's-
tourism it is. Let's harness it. Yes.
That's very awesome. It's awesome.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome. So you have a normal job you go back to?
I actually work right now. I work as a training specialist with one of the telecommunications companies in Lagos.
Okay. We wish you well on that. And
Thank
so on a
you.
final note, sir, you are one person that has, you have actually left your name, you have actually imprinted your name on the sands of time.
Thank you.
You have. But I also want to hear from you. How do you want to be remembered by?
Let those coming behind do that. I don't want to
Yes,
speculate.
if we say, who is Rasheed Gbadamosi, we know you're an industrialist, we know you are an
An
economist, we know you're a lover of arts, we know you're a writer. It's you're a potpourri of a lot of things.
Somebody else should write, their own summary.
Before somebody writes, I want to hear it from you.
That would be being.
It's Thecla you're talking to.
I know you're my
Uh-huh.
friend. I know, but I don't want to have to write it myself. Really, I'll be a little bit shy.
You see, I have a long time ahead by the
Amen.
grace of God.
Amen.
You understand? But look in the mirror. What do you see? When you look in the mirror, what do you see of you?
Someone who can try to make a difference. God involved in several issues or aspects of life, and I hope I left some success in this sphere. This is all and that people will acknowledge this.
What's your ultimate goal, actually?
And
What's your ultimate goal? What is that thing you really, really wish to achieve that you haven't achieved yet?
that people do not remember my faults, but they remember the triumphs I had.
I know.
Oh, wow.
It'll come, I hope.
But people don't remember your faults, but remember your achievements.
That's it.
That's how you want it. And by the grace of God, you'll have it that way.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, and so on that note, I want to say thank you so much
you.
for
Thank
gracing
you.
the show. Thank you so much as well.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure having you on
Thank you,
Saturday
Thecla.
night.
I have
And
fun.
I've enjoyed this
Thank you.
program. It's been succinct and exciting.
thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you so much. And to viewers, on that note, want to say thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Saturday Night. Until next week, God willing, we guide one another and